Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, bringing you guys a new Unturned informational video comparing all the different kinds of chest armor available in Unturned. Now, believe it or not, those vests in police armor and military armor and stuff like that, in addition to making you look awesome and official, actually helps you reduce incoming damage towards your chest. So obviously, a chest plate isn't going to protect you from head or arm or leg damage, but nonetheless, the biggest part of your body, which is your body, is protected if you have armor on. Now in this video, I'm going to be taking the 4 different kinds of armor that's available in this game and comparing them all to each other so that way you know which one's the best one, and you can go into PvP servers knowing that you have the most health that you possibly can have. So first up, I'm going to tell you the circumstances that I put each one of these armors through. I made sure to make it exactly the same for every single different type of the armors, and that way, of course, the data is consistent. So immediately I'm going to be shooting at the person that I'm shooting at, which is Thorny Macaroon or Devin, a staff member of the Unturned unofficial forums. Make sure to check them out. They will be in the description down below. And also the manager of the Unturned community channel, which will also be in the description down below. But anyway, so I'm shooting at him exactly 1 foundation distance away using a regular Colt pistol. Now, just letting you know, if you shoot someone in the chest with a Colt at this distance, it will do 20 damage to a player and 34 damage to a zombie. Now, of course, I'm shooting at a player, so 20 damage is what is being inflicted on the person that I'm shooting at. So, first up is the regular bare naked guy with no armor, and as you can see, 5 shots to kill him, which makes sense because 20 times 5 shots equals 100% damage, so he's dead. So basically, with base health, you will be dead in 5 pistol shots to the chest. Now moving on, we have the worst armor in the game, but that doesn't mean that it's very bad, but it is the civilian armor. Now this is a red, regular looking armor. Now while it says that it's a civilian armor, that does not mean that it can be found in all different civilian locations. In fact, the civilian armor can only be found in Fernwood Farm, Wiltshire Farm, and the SS Haven. You can't really find it anywhere else. I always get my luck by finding it in the SS Haven. I haven't really found it in the farms, but you can find it there as well. I think it's supposed to be red, but really when you put it on, it kind of just looks pink. So if you like the style over its actual use, it helps you with the least amount of damage resistance that's possible, so basically it's the worst armor. It reduces incoming damage by 15%. So basically that regular 20 damage that is inflicted by the Colt at regular range, now 15% of that is chopped off of that. In a nutshell, you don't die as fast. So as you can see in this gameplay, the normal 5 shots to kill you is turned into 6 shots. So not a crazy difference, but it is of course better, so if you find it and you don't have anything, it's a pretty good idea to pick it up and put it on. Now the next armor is my personal favorite because it's black, and most of the time I like to have my ninja armor so I can be like all black and I can be like a ninja in the night. But in fact, it is actually the worst armor of all. Even though it is a police armor, and normally police should be better than civilian armor, but it is lower and worse than the civilian armor. The police armor has a damage resistance of 10%, so it's taking the incoming damage and reducing it by 10%. As you can see in this test, he still does end up dying in 6 shots, which is the same as the civilian armor, but the thing is that without any armor at all, he is dying with exactly 0% health left. So any sort of armor boost, even if it is like 1% or even 0.001%, it's still going to be 6 shots to kill them, because if it was a, let's say, armor that you were wearing for 0.006 damage resistance, by the time the 5th shot is shot into you, you probably have 0.001 health left. So 1 shot will finish you off. So that's the situation. It isn't protecting you as much as the civilian armor is, but in this test it doesn't really show you that much. But all in all, 10% damage resistance. It's the worst armor in the game, but it's the best looking. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention, the police armor is 8 pounds or 4 kilograms, and the civilian armor is heavier at 9.9 pounds or 4.5 kilograms. So that is one benefit that the police armor has over any sort of other armor. Also, one thing to note, armor in a nutshell is super heavy. if you have armor in your inventory, make it a priority to make it not in your inventory, whether you're putting it on yourself, on your body, or putting it in a chest, because it will take up a lot of times like 25% of your weight capacity of your backpack. So just putting that out there. Now the next two different kinds of armor, the desert armor and the forest armor, are actually tied. The only difference between them is that one has a sandy color, which is obviously the desert armor, and one has a leafy green color, which is obviously the forest armor. So as you can see in these two tests, they both take 7 shots to kill them. So definitely these two are the best armors in the game, but they're tied kind of like the rucksack and the Alice pack. You know, they're both super good, they're the best things in the game, but it's up to personal preference on which one you would like. So they both weigh 11 pounds, they both have the exact same design on them, except that they're 2 different colors. So personally I like the desert armor a bit more because it stands out compared to normal clothing. But all in all, both of those 2 different kinds of armors provide a 20% damage resistance, which is the highest one available. It will take a Timberwolf shot, which does 115% damage, which is of course a one-shot kill, and make it not a one-shot kill by reducing its damage down to 95%. So if you get shot in the chest with a Timberwolf while you have forest armor on, you probably will end up dying from bleeding, but if you're quick enough and you're able to put bandages on yourself, you could actually survive a Timberwolf shot, which is pretty hard. But overall, those are the 4 different kinds of armors in the game and the damage and the weight affiliated with them. Hopefully that helps you guys out with your armor choosing, and maybe you guys didn't even know that armor actually provides benefits. I didn't know that, I just thought that they were looks. Anyway, that is all the armor in the game, and that is all I have for now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish, because me like Big Boom. We got it.
Find your way back home.